So Wisconsin beat Purdue on Tuesday to secure at least a share of the Big Ten title. Now, all the Badgers had to do to get their first outright title since 2015 was beat Nebraska at home on Sunday. And Nebraska's best player, Bryce McGowan, was out. So this should have been light work. Wisconsin was a 12-point favorite at tip-off. Then Nebraska walked into the Kohl Center. And you know what happened next? Final score, Nebraska 74, Wisconsin 73, which surprisingly gave Illinois an opportunity to win a Big Ten title on Sunday night. They had to beat Iowa at home. And that game just wrapped up, if you're watching on YouTube, about 20 minutes ago. Illinois came from behind to beat Iowa. And so because Wisconsin couldn't beat Nebraska today, because Illinois beat Iowa today, we have co-Big Ten champions, Illinois and Wisconsin. And Illinois will actually be the number 1 seed in the Big Ten tournament. What is Wisconsin doing?
You can't blame Wisconsin for this, man. Again, Trev Alberts, the Nebraska athletic director, in the past 2-3 weeks, went to Fred Hoiberg and said, We're not going to keep paying you this much money to lose games. You're going to restructure your contract. And since then, Nebraska hasn't lost. Suddenly, Fred Hoiberg has become the national coach of the year and the second coming of Wooden since all this happened. Wisconsin just happened to get in the way here. Nebraska for the auto bid? Are we really going down this road? This team's been at Penn State, at Ohio State, at Wisconsin. Road games. 3 in a row, 3 wins, and completely upsetting the apple cart in the Big Ten in the process there. Credit in all seriousness to the Cornhuskers for getting these wins and finding, some light at the end of the tunnel this season. I mean, this team was just atrocious for most of the season, and now it enters the Big Ten tournament with some real optimism there. Wisconsin slips on the banana peel and will be the 2 seed in the Big Ten, given the Illini the number 1 seed, and they'll share the regular season championship there. Bucky had its 5-game winning streak snapped. And oh, by the way, obviously a devastating loss for its resume prospects in terms of like hunting for the 2 line now. That losing a game like this, they're going to need to make up for it by winning the Big Ten tournament, which they're capable of doing. Now, I was traveling back and taking care of some stuff when some of this stuff happened. So Johnny Davis got hurt. Do you have the rundown on what actually happened in this and if he's going to be available come Big Ten tournament time?
First, Greg Gard, I believe, told our friend Andy Katz after the game that he's optimistic that Johnny Davis will be available for the Big Ten tournament, but they certainly weren't committed to that at this point. It's called a lower body injury. Kind of weird to see to see exactly what happened, because like if you go read the AP report, it says Johnny Davis left game with a lower body injury after being hit in the head by Trey McGowan. And so the implication, if you're just reading and you didn't see it, is that Trey McGowan hit this dude in the head and somehow he got a lower body injury. Well, Trey McGowan did hit him in the head and got a flagrant 2, I believe. But the injury seemed to happen before that. Johnny Davis is out in transition, and it looked like when he kicked his, when you're running, your legs, what it looks like when people are running. You've been running your whole life. It looked like his leg went back. Tell me if this is what you saw, because I sent you a clip of it. It looked like his leg went back and hit a Nebraska player's leg, and that created a situation where he then took an awkward step, and he seemed to have. That's where it appeared the lower body injury happened, and then he sort of kept going towards the goal, and that's when McGowan hit him in the head. But I believe that whatever this injury is happened around midcourt, not at the rim.
Yeah, it's a weird looking play because he gets tripped up and then the foul happens pretty hard there and he gets hit in the face. But yes, it apparently So if he's going to be available, that's going to be massive. Wisconsin, I believe, was down when that happened. So it's not like they were cruising. Davis gets out of the game and then Wisconsin folds. Nebraska had actually been playing well to that point overall. Wisconsin was also a big favorite, to win this game. quite clearly didn't do that. And so its metrics are going to plummet. It's down. Yeah, it has. They're down to 30. It's not plummet, but they were like 24, 25 going into this at KenPom there. So
Nebraska, on the other side of the spectrum, Nebraska 3-game winning streak. They went from 181 to 142 at KenPom. 39 spot jump. Fred Hoiberg is coaching a top 150 team right now.
Wisconsin losing that game, man. I don't know what the percentage was, but heading into the day, was what 85% it was going to be the 1 seed? Was it 90? How likely was it that, like, because Wisconsin had to lose and Illinois had to win, and Illinois was playing the better team?
Wisconsin was a 12-point favorite. That alone is outrageous odds.
Okay, a 12-point favorite situation. I think Duke's game got to 11.5. More surprising, Carolina doing it at Duke or Nebraska doing it at Wisconsin? What's more surprising?
According to the point spread, it's Nebraska beating Wisconsin, but like just like the same North Carolina team that's been walloped 5 times this season, going into Cameron Indoor and winning by double digits. That to me is more surprising.
I'm with you, man. I would play the sound if I could, but apparently
try it one more time.
I can't. It's vexing me. I can't.
It didn't vex you more than it vexed me.
And by the way, I was watching the video of it play, so I would know when to stop it. So I didn't even see what your face looked like.
No, I'm sitting here like this, like a statue, because sometimes when we're doing like CBS Sports HQ, like this happened to me today. For whatever reason, you can't hear the other guest. And so today, I was on with Jerry Palm. And you know how it is. Sometimes a producer will be in your ear and they'll be like, hey, we're going to read to you. That means the host is going to ask you another question. So don't just jump in when Jerry Palm's done talking. Or they'll say, you're just going to follow Jerry. And that means whenever Jerry's done talking, you start talking. And so Jerry starts talking. I can't hear a word he's saying. And I'm scared they're going to tell me, you just follow Jerry, because I don't know when that is. So I'm texting a producer, like, you got to re-team me. I can't hear a word that Jerry's saying. But I'm sitting there like this, like nodding along, like I'm agreeing with what Jerry's saying. I have no idea what he's saying. I'm just sitting there nodding. And that's kind of what I was doing with you. I was like, I can't hear this, but maybe I don't need to hear it. Maybe it's just playing, and then Norlander will react to it, and then I'll go, that was funny. But I couldn't hear a thing, and turns out nobody could hear a thing except
I wanted you to hear it too, but so it goes. We've had some. Well, the past 2 shows. This is March. That's all I got on Wisconsin, buddy. You got anything else before we get to the rest of the weekend?
No, that's it. That's enough. Okay. You lose to Nebraska at home and blow an outright Big Ten title. You get 5 minutes, and then
what else we got?